Hi everyone, welcome to Microbiology. Professor Gustin here, and we're on week 12, vaccines. And I guess before I talk about week 12, I just want to mention the lab practical. And lab practical 2, which some of you will be glad to hear, is your last lab practical. We only have 2 of them. It went pretty well actually, and hopefully paying attention to some advice I gave you on taking it helped. But I know a lot of you kind of are getting the hang of it and know what to expect now. So all in all, most people did as well or a little bit better on this. A couple people didn't follow that pattern, but I think it went pretty well. So last lab practical, you don't have to worry about that. So we're in week 12. I'm looking at, let's see, week 14 is lecture exam 4. So 12, 13, we don't have any big tests or things like that. But we are talking about vaccines this week, and you found the introduction video. And just like every other week, there's a lecture study guide. And there's a chapter on immunology. I pick different things throughout that chapter to do, and so I'm not doing the whole chapter, so I highly recommend that you watch the lecture videos, and that will walk you through your lecture study guide to fill it out. And then, just like always, do the lecture assignment, the adaptive learning assignment. Make sure you do some review of the study guide and see if you can do the adaptive learning assignment without using your notes as much. So see how much you can remember. Lab is a little different this week than it's been. You'll notice we have a lab handout and a lab quiz, and the quiz is worth 20 points. There are no virtual labs or anything else. You do not have to hand in the lab handout. Sometimes people ask me that. Everything I'm going to ask you will be on the lab quiz. So the lab handouts on this hand washing experiment, and this is an experiment we also do in the live lab. So the data you will see on that experiment are actual data that we have gotten and are typical of what we find in the live class. I put on here, looking at the pictures in color on the computer monitor might make it easier to see. So when you're actually analyzing the data, you might want to go to your color, click on here and look at the color pictures. So when you fill in that handout, so follow it along, fill it in, then a bunch of the spaces from the handout you will also find on the lab quiz. So it might ask you about a hypothesis, might ask you about some of your data. So fill that in here. Like I'm going to say it again, I do not need to collect this lab handout. You're going to use the lab handout to answer the questions on the lab quiz. So hopefully that's clear. And I think you'll enjoy the information this week. I think you'll be able to relate to it, and it's very relevant. So hopefully you have a good week and everything goes smoothly. And if not, let me know. You guys take care. Bye-bye.